Hi, good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know it's the end of the unofficial summer, but we're still going to have a great rest of the year. We're going to have a great fall season. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So today we're going to be talking about what is the most important thing you should know before your court date. And so I'm always surprised how people are, even when they have legal representation, when they have an attorney, sometimes they're just not sure of what they need to do, what the whole purpose is of the hearing. And so my thing is to always make sure that you know what you need to prove. That's the most important thing you should know before your court date. You should know what you need to prove. And if you have any comments, feel free to put in a comment in the chat section, or if you're watching this live, or if you're watching the videotape session of this, I'd love to hear from you. But the most important thing, so you try to figure out how do I figure that out? Sometimes even too, when you have an attorney, sometimes I'm surprised how people just don't know. So obviously, if you have an attorney, ask them. What do we need to prove in order for us to be successful in our court hearing? What's the purpose of it? And so make sure that you have a clear understanding of that. Because sometimes, if you're rehearsing with your attorney about what you should say, ask them, what's the most important things that I need to make sure that I say that the judge hears? So make sure that you ask that question if you have an attorney, okay? What are the most important things? So a lot of times you get in there and you only have, 10 minutes to talk before the judge. You want to make sure that if you run out of time, that you make sure that you get all the most important points in, okay? So that make sure that you know that. If you don't have, oh, there you go. If you do not have an attorney, probably asking yourself, how do I figure that out? Okay, usually at the courthouse where you're going to have your hearing, there is a law library. Go ask the law librarian to help you to find out, whatever the hearing is for. Say, for example, it's for child support and you want an increase in child support, right? Then you go ask the law librarian, okay, what do I need to file, and what are the rules that fall under that? And a lot of times there are books that are there that will help to not only tell you what the rule is, but to explain exactly what the rule is and why they have the rule in real plain language that'll really help you to understand, oh, I need to show that my ex is making more money. Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, so I need to make sure that I have information from his job, or I need to ask him questions about how much money he's making now, because I need to make sure that that I'm able to show that he's making more money. And so, or if it's an issue at custody, you have to figure out, okay, I need to show that whatever the problem is, that he has to, that there is a substantial change. Say, for example, the change is that you got married and now that you have to move with your new spouse. That's a substantial change. Okay, so I need to make sure to tell the judge, okay, this is what was different from the last time we were here, and this is why I'm asking to relocate out of the state, or whatever it is that you're asking for. Make sure that you know what connection. Okay, make sure that you know what you need to show, what you need to say, and to pound in, and make sure that you emphasize that before the judge. Okay. So that's really the most important thing. Oh, another thing, if you don't have an attorney, and another way you can kind of figure that out, a lot of times ask the law librarian if there is a book. They usually call it, depending on what state you live in, they usually call it, like, for example, in Texas, they call it Family Law Guide. And again, it's a book that kind of explains things. If you want to relocate, if you want to increase child support, if you want to change custody, it discusses in detail and usually very plain language all the stuff that you need to show before the judge in order to be successful, in order to get the judge to do what you're asking them to do. Okay? So just make sure you have a clear understanding of what the hearing is for and what you need to prove. Okay? So I'll come back. I hope you find that helpful. I'm sorry I'm making the video a little bit short today because I'm running short on time today because there's a lot of things I need to do, but I hope you find that helpful. If you want to leave a comment, please, I'd love to hear from you. So take care. Have a great rest of the day and enjoy your lunch. Take care.